This video will introduce you to music you might be unfamiliar with. Harmony and distortion, peace amidst chaos. The soundtrack behind Armored Core is something so extremely unique that I simply could not detach myself from it for almost 10 years now. Are you tolerant for music that is something different? Music that makes your head spin? Are you ready to experience a crescendo of heavy bass, classical instruments and brutal drums? Stay with me then, as I will take you on a musical journey. Let's honor my personal masterpiece of gaming music history. If you've never heard of Armored Core before, I can guarantee you are not alone. This game series has a long established history in Japan, with its first title Armored Core released in 1997. Actually, the year I was born in, so this whole video can't be a coincidence now. The latest release was Armored Core Verdict Day in 2013, and the series counts impressive 13 main titles. I can proudly say, I have not even played one of them. Okay, just kidding. Making this video about a video game series I've never touched personally seems awkward. But guys, you know, we are here for the music, the soundtrack behind the games. And since 2012, I find myself frequently coming back to this series songs. And for me, the music of this game is incomparable up to this day. Armored Core is a third-person mecha shooter and was developed by FromSoftware. The soundtracks were composed by Kotahoshino, who is part of FromSoftware's internal sound team called Frequency. They are also the ones who recorded many of the tracks and added some lyrics to them. The setting is dark, eerie, a dystopian world of machines, war and fighting. Keep this in mind, the setting is extremely important to how a game's soundtrack is presented. For me personally, the music conveys despair, sorrow, loss and pain. In war, no one wins. And this is what this music shows us. A world in war is not in balance. It is damaged, endangered, people die and suffer. This kind of distortion is engulfed by Armored Core in its music. So don't be surprised by how chaotic it may sound when you listen to this music for the first time. Actually, it is artistic when a soundtrack captures the game's theme perfectly. I mean, that's what video game soundtracks are there for after all. And now, let us begin to analyze breaching through the Armored Core. I will go through some tracks that will function as diverse examples, and in the end, I want to give you a proper overview of the series. Oh, and yeah, use headphones or good quality speakers for the best experience. We are diving into musical finesse here. I want you to enjoy this as much as I do. The track Dirty Worker from Armored Core Verdict Day should give you a fitting introduction to what the music of the series sounds like. You might have noticed the combination of violence and strong bass and electronic music. To ears unfamiliar with Armored Core, this might sound contradictory and strange, but as I've explained in the beginning, the harmony and distortion in the setting is reflected in the music. The vocals here also add a nice touch to it, not only because they are incomprehensible blabbering to my ears most of the times, but in almost all tracks I can recall, they are strongly modified to also adapt to the style of electronic music, as the voices do not come out clearly. Instead, they sound like coming from a megaphone or some really rusty old speakers. Fitting, don't you think? It emphasizes the dystopian feeling which is conveyed by Armored Core in general. And even though the lyrics appear to be nothing more than background noises, they are actually short but meaningful messages. Grammatically, they are, well, typical Japanese English, but still you can understand what the songs try to say, and often those lyrics even support the style of the music and the setting. Nevertheless, they are generally just a few words or short sentences that are repeated over and over, but interpreted in a way that those lyrics are what autonomous machines would be thinking about the war eventually makes more sense, as I will show you soon. The following passage from Armored Core's second music album called Sunrise is another wonderful example that shows how intertwined orchestral elements, electronic music and the loud drums are. Even though this passage serves as a transition within the track, later on you can even find jazz elements with a saxophone that seems to engage in a fight against the extremely present drums and electronic sounds until it is displaced by the ending lyrics shortly after. Now I will be covering the lyrics of some other tracks to show you that there is room for interpretation, but a clear mood behind them. The track Outcry, which comes from the album Sunrise as well, expresses emotions like sadness and despair, not only in its instrumental presentation, but two sentences towards the end are constantly repeated, shifting the focus onto what is expressed there. Another funny example for misinterpreted lyrics comes from the track Thinker from Armored Core 4. In this song, many people, myself included, believed or are still believing up to this day that at a certain point in the track, the lyrics are about a deep sea fish that loves us forever. Makes literally no sense, but in terms of Armored Core lyrics, even I believe that they would sing about something like this for whatever reasons. Listen for yourselves. If you have not understood one word, congratulations, you passed the exam. But nah, jokes aside, there are still other interpretations to what this passage could be about. The most fitting example I found on Armored Core forums will now be displayed. If you were to interpret those lyrics, it would probably fit the whole setting better. But that's a big no-no from Armored Core, as the official lyrics prove that our beloved deep sea fish is no misinterpretation at all. It is legit. I don't know why, but maybe it has something to do with in-game related content. If any one of you knows more, please help me out. Even though I could drown myself in Armored Core music, for this video it is time to come to my conclusion. We've talked about the setting, the themes, and the style of the music. It's a chaotic battlefield, it's rough, loud, contains glimmers of hope within its orchestral elements, a manic chanting in the background, the fact that the lyrics are absolutely incomprehensible most of the time, and the huge potential for interpretation. Armored Core music is surely not for everyone, but definitely unique. It caught my interest many years ago and I'm still listening to it nowadays. Sometimes one simple sentence is enough, like in the example you are listening to right here. I would talk about Speed for you, in a track that's called Speed from Armored Core 4. It can be as simple as that. However, letting this video end without a celebration of Armored Core's music would be absolutely wasted. which is why I want to share with you a remix of the exact same track. This remix of Speed is part of the whole album of remixed Armored Core tracks uploaded by Overclocked Remixes here on YouTube. I will link the track and the album in the description for you. When their remix album released, I was so thankful knowing that there are more people who actually appreciate the Armored Core music. And maybe you will be the next one in line. Thank you for watching, like and subscribe for more videos like this, and now enjoy the Speed.
I will talk about speed for you. I will talk about speed for you. I will talk about speed for you. I will talk about speed. I will talk about speed for you. I will talk about speed for you. I will talk about speed for you. I will talk about speed. Talk about speed for you. I want to talk about speed. I want to talk about speed for you. I want to talk about speed. I want to talk about speed for you. I want to talk about speed. I want to talk about speed for you. I want to talk about speed.